Hey there affiliate schoolers, and welcome to this special video where I'm going to be interviewing Sumit, the CEO and founder of SerpNames, and he's going to be sharing with us his expertise on aged domains, expired domains, whatever you want to call them. He also has a special discount that's available just for affiliate school subscribers. So look, this guy knows his stuff. It was a really fun interview to do, and I think you'll learn a lot about using expired domains, age domains, whatever you want to call them. So let's dig in. So I am over the moon today to be able to tell you that I've got Sumit from SerpNames on the call. Sumit, this has been a while in the making because I've had to postpone, and I apologise for that. And I'm so grateful that you've been able to give up your time today. So welcome to the Affiliate School YouTube channel. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure, Jason. It's been a pleasure to have you to have I'm here. So thank you so much for inviting me. Actually, I'm the founder of SerpNames, and we are a domain selling company. We sell age domains, and I started this company like when I was 15 years old. So we started in like 2015. Okay, so it's been almost 7 years to us, and we are into like selling age domains and like for building affiliate sites and like for 301 and PBN, right? And we have our inventory at dash.serpnames.com where we sell all our age domains. And yeah, that's all about it. Like
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, I can't quite remember how I came across SerpNames. I guess I was looking for expired domains and maybe saw it in a Facebook group or something like that. But I've certainly been aware of SerpNames for the last 12 to probably 18 months at least, possibly longer than that. To be honest, I've always been impressed with the domains that you've got. I think, you've got a great service. I know of a personal friend of mine who has personally bought a domain from you, and it's already making money. It's got good traffic. The stats and everything all really stack up. So I think the service is really good. And certainly in my community, in the affiliate world, expired domains seems to be the big thing at the moment,
yeah,
and particularly with indexing issues and all of these things, it almost seems like a bit of a shortcut to success.
yeah,
And I've personally picked up a domain in the last 3 or 4 weeks, and it's making money already, and I've never had that experience before. So is that kind of the premise behind using expired domains? Is it a shortcut? Is it, what's so special about them?
what I've seen is people buy age domains because of one main reason, and that's the existing backlinks, right?
Mhm.
Like an age domain has like so many authority backlinks, and if you just go out and buy those things, then it will cost you like thousands of dollars easily, right? So the main reason why people buy age domains is they are saving thousands of dollars on link building, right? And the other benefit is they usually see a faster rankings than new domains, and you can see everyone these days are using age domains to achieve faster rankings and get a better ROI overall, right? So that's the like main reason, like main two reason why people are going so much into like age domains, and the competition is just growing crazily for them. So
I
yeah.
think absolutely, yeah. I mean, the affiliate school YouTube channel is fairly new. It's like 4 or 5 months old, but we've got a good audience growing already. But I put a video out about age domains and expired domains, and it's one of the best performing videos, and I think that's because there's so much interest, like you say, out there. Now, I have got a load of questions that I'm going to ask you today. I see
Yeah,
you as
yeah,
an expert in this, and off the back of that video, I had so many questions that people were putting in. So I'm going to grill you a little bit today in this interview. So I apologise in advance for that. But before we get into that, we've managed to strike up a little bit of a deal, haven't we, for my subscribers, in the sense that we can offer a discount. So your service essentially is almost like a database, I suppose, of expired or aged domains, sorry, that you have put together. So you've very kindly offered a 10% discount on any purchases using our affiliate link.
yeah, sure. For like anyone from any subscriber audience from like the affiliate school, we are offering a 10% discount, and they can use the coupon affiliate school in the inventory during the checkout, and they can like easily get 10% discount on any domain they buy.
Fantastic. And I must admit, looking at the price of some of your age domains compared
Mhm,
to other
mhm.
competitors of yours, you're pretty reasonable. I think you do see in this industry a huge range, don't you, in terms of cost? And we might touch on that later. But I think yours are pretty reasonable. So to get a 10% discount on that, I think is really kind. So thank you for that. So let's kick this off then. Let's kick off the interview. And my first question is, what? And I think you've touched on this already, but maybe you could expand on it.
Mhm,
Why would someone use an expired domain rather
mhm.
than using a fresh domain?
Okay, so the number one reason is so anyone using new domain for building affiliate sites, they know like how much time and money it takes to just to take off the domain, right? So the main benefit of using an age domain is like they get an already a strong backlink profile, and in that they save thousands of dollars, right? And like those backlinks really help in the faster rankings. So overall, investing in age domains help you like save thousands of dollars in link building, as well as people expect and get really faster ranking than new domains, and that's why like there's all craze for age domains nowadays, you can see.
Okay, cool. And I think I've certainly seen that in my experience. Um, One thing that has cropped up in the past, and I think I understand the difference, but if you could maybe,
Yeah.
expand on this, is the difference between a dropped domain and
Mhm.
an expired domain. Does that make sense to you? Is there a difference between the two?
Okay, so actually, drop in my opinion, like drop domains and the unexpired domains basically are the same thing. But
Okay.
but the question is like people usually ask me and like everywhere that what's the difference between age domain and expired domain, right? So which one is better? Right? So what I know is like an age domain is just simply a domain name with a history, like consistent history, right? An
Hmm.
expired domain is also a domain with a history, but it has been expired, right? And anyone can register that domain for just a normal registration price, just like fresh domains, right? So like these this is the difference, right? But what happens is like whenever any domains like crosses its renewal date, right, then the domain either goes into the auction or the domain goes for the drop, like it just get deleted from the registrar, right? So if the domain gets into the auction first, then people just buy the domain from there, and the domain could not get fully expired, so people call those domains age domains, auction domains, non-drop domains, right? But some of the but there are so many domains which when they like just pass their renewal date, they just get deleted from the registrar, right? They just drop into the like drop list. And then there's a technique called dropcatching.com, where people just using some automated software, they just register those domains within a millisecond after they drop, right? And and those domains are called drop domains, expired domains. But and then you can find those domains on service like dropcatch.com, where people like us, like SEOs, are buying such domains for thousands of dollars. So they have the SEO value as well. So when it comes to buying domains, I preferably just look for the strong backlinks and the relevance, because any domain can be dropped or non-dropped, but eventually if you want some really good result, then the backlinks and the relevance matters the most. So that's what I feel about. So there's nothing like both domains are good, aged and expired domain, but as long as they have backlinks and they are like in the relevance, then I will use them.
That's brilliant. That actually leads me into the next question, which was, what do you look for when you're looking for a good quality expired domain? So it literally is the relevance and the backlinks that you're looking for.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
I
there?
mean like,
Yeah.
so yeah, so there are like so many variables when you look for an age domain. But when you say like what are the biggest ones, then these are like strong backlinks and the relevance. Because if you get a domain which has strong backlinks coming from authority sites like mashable.com, huffington post, healthline.com, and it is in the relevant niche of yours, for example you are working in a weight loss niche, then these two metrics alone will get you will like that domain is just perfect for your requirement, because that domain will have a higher dr, higher da, higher tf, right? Usually all the other metrics will just fall apart in front of those two big ones. So and if you just like if you are buying a domain for building a niche website, then I will prefer like the domain should have at least 50 do follow referring domains. And when it comes to using the domain for physio money direction, then I preferably go for a stronger domain. Then I will say like at least 100 to follow backlinks. So that's what I just look for when buying domains for projects.
Okay, that's a really interesting point that you make there. So when you are when you place these expired domains, these aged domains in your marketplace, do
Mhm.
you advise people on how to use them? So would you actually say we would advise to use this as a 301, or we would advise to use this and as a repurposing website, or would you not do that?
No, I mean, like, there's not a difference. A certain age domain is not meant for just building an affiliate site or just for 301. It's like if you find a domain which has strong backlinks and is relevant in your niche, then you can either use it for 301 or building niche website. Like, it's totally up to your budget and like choices. So there's nothing like we have a different section for 301 domains or a different section for building sites domains.
Okay, cool. So in terms, you've talked about what you look for. But when
Mhm.
you're quality checking a domain, is there anything that you look for that would be a turn off? So is there anything that you know you would look at and go, actually, we can't use this domain because of this issue? Is there anything out there in what is your quality process?
Okay, actually, our quality process is quite strict. So basically,
Hmm.
whenever we used to like hunt domains in auctions and drop catching sites, then we just reject most of the domains because of the strict process. Like we go through multiple checks, and it includes like anchor text, archive, then like backlinks, checking the manual backlinks, then spamming PBN news, or if it was in the Chinese archive, index pages in the Bing and Google, the cache data. So like there are like 15 plus like methods where we like check each domain for, and we have even written a guide on it, like like the transparent process, like how we do it on a blog.
Okay, and I suppose that's one of the massive benefits of using a service such as yours, because all of
Yeah.
that has been done for you. So there's a
Yeah.
lot less risk that you're going to pick up
Yeah.
a domain and waste your time with it, I suppose. Okay, that's interesting. So, I mean, are there specific niches where age domains work better, do you think? Is it, is it a good technique to use with particularly competitive niches, or can it literally be used? Can this technique be used with anything?
Actually, I mean, like, if you just break down the age domain, then it is just nothing but a domain with having existing authority and strong backlinks. So, I mean, like, if you find a domain in a specific niche and it is strong enough, then you can use it just for your advantage, right? But I have seen people who are using age domains in competitive niches like cannabis, gambling, and all. And like in working, if working in such niches will take like 5 or 6 figures budget and like years of time, but with age domains, I have seen people ranking within 6 months and under 5 figures budget, right? Under 5 or 4 figures budget. So
Wow.
that's a really really big advantage.
So, Sumit, you talked about relevance with using, when setting up an affiliate site. How important is is it to get the relevance as close to your niche as possible? So let's say I'm setting up a brand new affiliate website and I want to use an age domain for that. How close do I really need to be in terms of the niche with the domain that I'm picking up?
Okay, so the like just need to remember that the closest niche you can get for your affiliate site, then it will be really better for you, because we just don't want to use a domain in a tech niche for a health website because that's totally irrelevant. Even the backlinks won't be relevant, right? So, for example, if you're building a golf equipment website, then then a niche domain with a history of golf tournament or something like that would really work because the backlinks will also be like from the golf website, right? An easy tip I can give is like whenever you are just uh, buying a niche domain in a given niche, then check for the backlinks. Then they should be coming from relevant websites, right? And if the anchor texts are brandable, then it's a like plus sign as well for you because later on like you can easily optimize the anchor text because if they are very specific to other niche or other topic, then it will be really hard to like optimize later on, right? But overall, it's not a big issue. But like if you're just building a weight loss website, then you can even go for a general health domain with brandable anchors. But just don't go for the totally relevant niche like tech and health because the backlinks won't be matching as well. So that's a big red flag.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that's a massive issue at the moment, and this gets brought up all the time on my YouTube channel, and it's an issue that I've experienced myself personally, is around indexing. So
Mhm.
particularly if I've set up a new site on a fresh domain, at the moment there are so many indexing issues around that. Do those same issues exist when you repurpose an aged domain, or is that something that you kind of bypass?
No, I don't see indexing issues because whenever you use any age domain, then you usually rank faster, right? And Google has the existing authority for that domain. Then you usually just really index your pages faster. And I don't see any issues with an age domain when you just use it as an affiliate site.
Okay, cool. That's certainly my experience of it. Like I said, I've just picked one up in the last month, and it's not even a month actually, and the pages are pretty much indexing within 24 hours. Pretty much like the
Yeah,
good old days, really. So
yeah.
that's good to know. So if I mean, do you have any tips on repurposing a website or setting up a new site on an age domain? Is there anything that people should do? So let's say we've bought a domain from SerpNames, or we've bought one ourselves. What's the next step?
Okay, so let's imagine like you have bought a really perfect domain for your affiliate site and you're setting up your new site, right? So the next thing I do is like I just look at the old pages. So for that I use Ahrefs, and they have
Hmm.
this feature called best by links, right? I just check all the old pages of the age domain, right? So we just need to utilize those pages, right? And because it is really possible that those inner pages are getting backlinks, and we don't want to just lose the link juice, right? So there are three ways I just take care of the link juice. So first is if the page is really relevant, right, then I just recover the page on my website, right? But I make sure that I rewrite the content because I don't want any like copyright issue or something like that, right? So if the content is relevant, I just recover on my website, and but just by rewriting it, right? So the second is if the page is not relevant, right, then I just simply redirect it to my homepage because I don't want to recover it because it's not really relevant to my website. And those pages could be like anything like I mean, like anything which is not really important to your website, like add value to your website. So I just redirect them to the homepage. And the third is if there are so many relevant pages, and you are not able to just recover them because you can easily find a domain with hundreds of pages, and they don't have like so many backlinks, but still you don't want to just lose those pages, right? So what I do is for those pages I just try to redirect them to the relevant published pages on my website, right? So it is not worth recovering those pages because it will take too much time and investment. But as well as I don't want to just make them feel like 404 or redirect them to the homepage. So still they are relevant. So what I will do is I will just redirect them to the published relevant pages, and this will just do the job. So these are the three methods I just follow whenever I recover an niche domain for building an affiliate site.
Okay, and you touched on the next question really there, in the sense that there seems to be this question of copyright against
Yeah.
old content on the site. So what's your position on that in terms of, going into Wayback Machine and using old, pre-existing content? I think you've touched on this and said it's a copyright issue. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, actually, I have personally got some like copyright claims, and it's really frustrating as well. And usually, these claims comes from like medical sites, the medical organizations, or sites related to government and education sites, right? So I just stay away from like copying the content because it's illegal as well, right? You are not supposed to use someone's images and content. So what I do is I just get the content and get it rewritten by the writer. So and it is cheap as well. So yeah, it like it's really work. It doesn't matter. Like I just don't copy from the archive.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. I think,
Yeah,
why start off giving yourself an issue like that?
yeah, that
And
one.
I suppose, even if you got away with it for 6 months and you've got a page that's ranking, and then someone comes along with a copyright claim, you've got to change
Yeah,
it all, then it's a bit of a
yeah.
pain, isn't it? So yeah, I think that's great advice. This one's moved tact a little bit back towards links. So
Mhm.
if when would you start, or would you even start building links fresh links, new links on an age domain. Is that something you would still do, or is that something that you wouldn't need to do as much of? So let's say, you know, I've created a new page. Let's say it's weight loss,
Mhm.
just because you mentioned that, and I've got a page that's about, I don't know, the best weight loss pills, and there are no pre-existing links to that page. Obviously, the domain has a good amount of power, and that might be passed on through internal links and so on. Would you start building links, fresh links to that new page immediately, or is it something that you wouldn't do, or something that you would do later?
Okay, so building links to each domain is really critical, as just like you do on the new domains, right? So the thing is like, uh, if you just want to test the power of each domain without doing link building, like how far it can go, then you can do that. But eventually, you will need to build link because like the each domain has already anchor tags, right? And you need to optimize those anchor cloud for your own niche,
Hmm.
right? You need to build some money keywords, anchor tags, right? So building links is critical, and if you can start, if you can start right away, then it's good. But if you are just focusing on the content strategy in the starting, and you are just trying to figure out like how the domain is going to work by publishing loads of content the first few months, and then later starting with link building, then it's a great idea as well. So I will like build links later on because I personally want to see how the domain is performing, and then when I build more links, then of course it gives me better rankings.
Okay, brilliant. That's really useful. Thank you. Okay, let's bring it back to SerpNames now. Then, how does the process work? So let's say I'm on the lookout for a website in the weight loss niche. What's the process? What would I do? How would I interact with SerpNames, and how does it work?
Okay, so first of all, let me mention one thing. So there's a huge scarcity of age domains nowadays in the market. So scarcity basically for domains which are clean, right, and they are strong, right? So if someone is reaching out to us for domain a specific niche, then first they can just check the inventory out, right? We have like couple of I think couple of hundred domains, I think 200 around domains we have in the inventory, right? So they can check the domains in the inventory if they can find, and if not, then they can just drop us an email in the contact form or something, and we will do a custom hunt for them. But yeah, we can't promise because our vetting process is quite strict, and like there's a huge scarcity of domains, so we don't want to sell stuff which is just of very 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 low quality, which don't even bring results. So yeah, they can just reach out to us if they don't find anything, and we will try our best to look into all the options for them.
That's great, thank you. And how much? So let's say I have bought an age domain through yourself. Is there a support process after that? Do you give any advice on what to do next? Or is it literally you just transfer the domain over and then it's hands off?
Okay, so whenever any person purchases an each domain, like makes the payment, then our support person gets in touch within 24 hours and take care of the transfer process, and we even deliver the brand board and the archive zip in case they want to recover the archive, right?
Okay.
And then like when the transfer process is finished, then we have our dedicated developer who emails the person, and like he offers any kind of technical assistance like redirection work, website merging or website move, anything like that. So he will take care of everything. And in case he has any questions, like in case the buyer has any questions regarding the domain about the strategy, how to maintain the link juice, he will be in touch with the developer and he can ask anything, and the developer will do everything for the buyer. So it's totally a hands-off service. So we take care of the buyer from like every angle.
Fantastic. And just to, in case people bypass this at the beginning, we've got a 10% off discount, and I've made this special little ticker that I'll just put across the bottom of the screen there now.
Yeah.
I just want to use my little bit of technical know-how there. But yeah, affiliate school, it's 10% off any of the age domains in the inventory, and people can just scroll through. I'll try and put a little screen share up so people can see the process. It really is quite simple. And my experience of you, Summit, is you're a stand-up guy. You you know your stuff. I can clearly see that, and you always respond. Not just because you're coming on like this YouTube channel. I've emailed you numerous times over the last 18 months or so, and you just respond. I think at one point you were traveling, weren't you? And you were like, "Look, Jason, I'm traveling at the moment, but I'm back next week. I'll get back to you. I mean, that's commitment. I mean, that's, and direct line to the CEO, which is fantastic. So absolutely brilliant. I've got one more question, Sumit, and this came in from Apex Trends on the community tab in our YouTube channel. And he asked the question, does the repurposing sandbox exist? So I think what he's saying here is if you're repurposing an age domain into a new affiliate site, is there a sandbox period for that or not?
Okay, so let me clear this one thing about age domain. So you will see all the good things about age domains, like they work like magic, right? Like they just give you faster rankings, right? But there's one downside for age domain which I will like mention so that people can really invest their money intelligently, right? So age domains don't perform equally every time. So it's like if you're buying an age domain of 100 RDs with same DR, same DN, everything like same, and you are using it for building an affiliate site, then it is very high likely that the second age domain with the same and similar metrics won't perform, right? It could perform better or it could perform like worse, right? But the thing is, like, if someone is going to invest in the age domain for the first time and he's going to just invest his life savings or anything like that, then it's a no from me. Like, I don't want that person to
Yeah.
invest because uh, investing in age domain is just a starting foundation, right? Because if you're investing $1,000, then it's a foundation, and you will have to build more links later on, and you will have to post loads of content, right? Because I have seen people like they buy a premium age domain of $2,000, $3,000, and they just publish 5 articles, and they were like, this domain is not working. The pages are not ranking in the top 100. So I mean, like, if you're investing in a niche domain, then you have to be ready for the other cost, which will come usually, right? You need to build links, you need to publish loads of content, treat it like a real website, right? Just don't think like age domain is like a money making thing, like you will get rich overnight, right? So it's not like that. So if you're investing in an age domain from an investor point of view, from such mindset, because like you are getting loads of backlinks, existing backlinks, using an age domain, and if you just invest those $1,000 over buying few backlinks, then you may not get better results than using that money for buying an age domain, right? So if you are just very clear on the results part, then it's really good that you can invest in the age domain. So so most of the times you can expect faster rankings, and it means like you usually like skip the sandbox period. And sometimes if it does not happen, that which is the worst case, then you need to face it, and you need to think like the age domain is might be working like a fresh domain. But yeah, it's all a part of a game, like it's part of the business. But most of the times you will see a better ROI than new domains.
Look, Sumit, I think you've put that answer to that question, I think is probably the one reason why I would recommend your service and SerpNames, because you're honest, and that is fantastic advice. And
Yeah,
it's something I think that whether
I've
you go
seen
in with,
people like I've seen people like age domains are not working, so I feel bad for them because they don't invest in domains with realistic expectations, right? They should be realistic. Things should be realistic. Then,
do
like,
you know what?
once
And I say this on the YouTube channel all the time. In fact, I started out saying, look, if you're starting off with a fresh domain, and I would say the same advice with an age domain, look at it as in, I'm not going to make any money for 12 months.
yeah, that's
It's
right.
probably going to take that amount of time. Like any business, you wouldn't be
Yeah,
able
that
to just, put money in and make money straight away. It's going to take time. You've got to put those foundations in place. And people come back sometimes in the comments, they're like, 12 months. It's like they can't believe it. And it's like, it's 12 months. You've just got to, it's a bit like me with this YouTube channel. I said to myself, friends were going, why are you bothering? You've got the affiliate stuff, you've got so much going on. And I said, look, it's something I want to do. And I know it's going to take time. It's new to me, but I'm going to commit to 100 videos. I'm going to do it for at least a year. And I'm not going to look to necessarily make any money in that time. But it's something that's the commitment. And I think that's the attitude you have to take to affiliate marketing or to any kind of online business, e-commerce, whatever it is. It
treat
does
like a
take
business.
time. You
It,
have to
it
go in
has
with
a
that
business.
mindset. So what I'm going to do, Sumit, I'm going to put a link in the description down below for people. That is an affiliate link. So if people do use it, massive thank you from me on that that goes to SerpNames. But there's also, don't forget, we've got the affiliate school discount code, which will give subscribers 10% off on their purchase. And I think, Sumit, from what you've said there, the service that you guys offer, I think the biggest thing for me is just the protection, the security, in the sense that the domain has been vetted.
Yeah,
Because it's, like I can go in and I think I've got a pretty good grasp of looking at a domain, going into Ahrefs, Wayback Machine, looking at the anchor text profile and the backlinks and all that sort of thing. But I've been doing this for like 7, 8 years. And even me looking at it, I still ask questions. So for someone that is brand new to this, or even, 12 months in, and he's thinking about using an expired domain, I think the protection that you get from using a service such as SerpNames is worth the price alone. So my advice to people is, if you are considering using an age domain, then at least go and take a look. I think, and like you say, the cost, even just going through auctions, the costs are crazy at the moment because there's so much demand for these, and there's not a massive amount of availability, like you say, of domains that tick all of the criteria. So it's hard to find. So I think the fact that you've given that 10% discount is great. And I wish you all the success, Sumit, because I know you're a very hardworking guy. I know, you like your traveling and you like all that sort of stuff as well. Where did you go, by the way? Where were you traveling recently?
actually, I went to see my dearest friend Kinja. So like before she moves to Canada forever. So it was
Oh,
actually my
wow.
first time. Yeah. So yeah, it was
Fantastic.
really nice.
Fantastic. Sumit, it's been an absolute pleasure. Are there any other golden nuggets of wisdom that you want to impart before we say goodbye?
Um, okay, so
Put you on the
I
spot
just
there.
mentioned it already. Like, if you're investing in niche domain, then just take a calculated risk, right? And you should know like what you're doing, right? Just don't think like each domain is a quick rich scheme, right? And just and if you see anyone getting success within 6 months, like making 4 figures per month using an age domain, then make sure there's a lot of investment and risk behind it, right? And it is possible that you won't see the same, right? But like when you are investing in age domain, then you are getting like lots of links at a very cheap price, and you have a high
Yeah.
possibility of making money, like making really good money than a new domain, right? So that's what I can say. And if you need any help, like if you are still not sure about age domain, then you can personally reach out to me, and then I will just give you an unbiased guidance, like whether you should go for age domain or not. And you can reach me out to my email, which is sumit@serpnames.com. So I will be happy to help you.
Brilliant. I'll drop that in the description as well so
Yeah,
people can get access to that. That's fantastic. Sumit, thank you so much for coming on and delivering this interview with us today.
thank you so much.
It's been an absolute pleasure. And I feel like I've learned. So hopefully people watching this have
Yeah,
learned as
thank you
well.
so much.
You're a legend. Thank you very much, Sumit.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I will see you soon, man. Bye.